and thank you all for joining us here. My name is Kara McFalls, and I'm the Executive Director of the Head Start Association. It's my sincere privilege to be in that role and to be here supporting our programs, our children, our staff, and our community. For my entire career, from my preschool teacher days, along with my first grade teacher days, my work with nonprofits and curriculum, to my role now, I have been driven by a single belief that every child in every community deserves the opportunity to thrive. For 60 years, Head Start has been the nation's powerful vehicle and the gold star for turning that belief into a reality for children and their families. We are here today to celebrate the monumental anniversary of Head Start, 6 decades of nurturing young minds, 6 decades of supporting parents as their child's first and very most important teacher, 6 decades of building healthier, stronger, and more self-sufficient families right here in Pennsylvania, and 6 decades of strengthening our communities through Head Start and the connections that are made. This is a celebration of the dedicated staff in classrooms across our Commonwealth, whose passion changes lives every single day. It is a celebration of the parents who partner with us and advocate fiercely for their young children. And it is a celebration of the millions of children who have walked through our doors and are ready to learn and grow throughout their lives. But it's an anniversary not just about looking back, we need to look forward. And it is about reaffirming our commitment for the future. We are grateful for our commitment is shared by many of our elected officials who understand the profound return on investment that Head Start provides throughout our state. It is with great pride that I share a wonderful example of that support. The Pennsylvania General Assembly is introducing an official proclamation designating October 2025 as Head Start Awareness Month and in honor of our 60th anniversary. This document is more than just words on a page. It is a testament to the lasting impact of this program and the promise to children and their families that their potential matters. In a few moments, we're going to hear from incredible leaders on the front lines who will share both the triumphs and the urgent challenges that we face. But first, and it is my pleasure, my distinct pleasure, to invite Representative Brian Cutler to the podium to formally present this proclamation and share a few words about the vital role that Head Start plays in our communities. Representative Cutler.
Good morning and thank you. I have the privilege of being here today with many of my colleagues to recognize the 60 years of the Head Start program. And I see many of our allies as we've talked about the pre-K education system and the many issues that we've worked on, so thank you for being here today. As a co-sponsor of the Head Start proclamation, I honor the work of Head Start to strengthen families and their communities as they provide critical early learning care and education for our youngest learners birth to 5 across the Commonwealth. I myself am a parent of 3 children, and as a dad, I value Head Start for working with families and engaging parents and policy council as their decision makers of their children's educational experiences. I know that parents are the first and most important teacher in the lives of their children, but Head Start parents are working or in school themselves, and many times this is a great addition to their efforts. They rely on Head Start to ensure that their children are safe, eat nutritious meals, meet school readiness goals, and develop essential social skills. I know why parents choose Head Start for their child's educational development and their environment. So myself and Representative Doyle Heffley, who could not be here today, Chair Heffley has a committee meeting that's going on currently, so he asked me to present this on he and I's behalf, and I'm happy to do so. We recognize the impacts over the last 6 decades. Let's stop and think about that for a minute. 60 years of good, hard work on behalf of our young folks, which have really, as they went through the program, they have went from being young folks to today's leaders. And that's very important. So we want to officially thank you. We do have a proclamation, and the House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania salutes Head Start upon its richly deserved recognition. 60 years is quite an accomplishment and offers the best wishes for continued growth and success in the years to come. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Representative Cutler, for joining us today and your commitment to Head Start. Our next speaker is a longtime champion for children and families, programs, and the people who serve all of them. Senator Judy Schwenk. Senator?
Hello, everyone. I am really, truly excited to join you here today to talk about Head Start and the critical services it provides for families in my district and throughout the entire Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. For a program to endure for 60 years, it's got to mean it's doing something right. Think about it. All over this country, quite frankly, Head Start is an established program that means so much to our young children and to our families and to our economy and the future of this nation as well. It's certainly the case that Head Start is not just about child care. It's truly a whole family approach that incorporates nutrition, health services, and support for parents as well. This comprehensive approach supports the emotional well-being and development of every child in the program. I've got to tell you the story. In my district just last month, I worked with the Berks County Intermediate Unit to help open a new Head Start classroom in the city of Reading. And I was there on one of the first days that that center was open. It's in this, a section of our city of Reading that hadn't had a center, a neighborhood center for families to go to. I'm a sucker for little kids, but when I saw those parents and those children, they were leaving as we were coming in for the celebration, and the look on their faces, these kids were so happy to see their parents, they were excited about their day, and parents could feel, you know what, we've accomplished something here today, we're ready to go home, we're ready to go on with the rest of our day. My family is being cared for. What a good feeling that was to know that we were helping to create those opportunities for families right in our community. And you know what? All children and all families deserve this. And we all benefit when our kids and young families are lifted up and empowered. The places we all call home are better off when our children, those kids, as Representative Cutler mentioned, that will go on to lead our communities, are given everything they need to succeed. I can't think of any other investment that's more important than that. It's the beginning of life, right? And it's the beginning of making our communities so much better. So we're here in the Capitol today, and I don't need to explain to a lot of people that are here that there's a lot of outstanding issues that need to be addressed, and we must bring our budget impasse to a close. But we can unite, and we do unite around this issue, because the vast majority of us understand that early childhood education is really important to the families we all represent, whether we're rural, urban, suburban, you name it. It's in every community, it matters to all of us. So happy 60th anniversary, Head Start, and here's to many more years of success. Thrilled to be here. Thank you so much.
I welcome Representative Labs.
Thank you, Senator Schwenk. Good morning. I'm State Representative Shelby Labs, and I'm proud to serve as one of the co-chairs of the Early Childhood Education Caucus alongside Senator Schwenk. Before I begin, I want to add my thanks to my colleagues and all of you for being here today, But most importantly, I want to thank the Head Start providers in this room. Your dedication is the reason we are celebrating 60 years of profound impact, and I'm proud to stand here with you. As a mother of 2 little girls, this issue isn't just policy for me, it's personal. To say watching young children grow, develop, and learn is remarkable would be an understatement. It's incredible to watch them learn something new every single day. And as you know, the research backs up what every parent sees with their own eyes. At no other time in life does the brain develop as fast as it does from birth to age 5. More than 1 million new neural connections form every second. This period literally sets the foundation for a child's cognitive ability, health, and behavior for the rest of their life. It's that understanding of the lifelong impact of this critical time that has motivated such strong bipartisan support for early care and education for years. And that support isn't just here in the Capitol. We hear often from parents, teachers, and providers across the Commonwealth, all with stories about the importance of early care and education and the challenges they face. Therefore, we need to work together to support our early childhood workforce and the families who rely on them. As a working mom, I understand this on a very personal level. I understand the challenge of finding and affording quality care. I understand wanting a consistent, experienced teacher for your child. And I can appreciate the immense stress families feel when they get a notification that a classroom might close due to staff shortages or lack of funding. So as we celebrate 60 years of success, we must also commit to reaching more children. We must ensure the programs we have are stable and strong. The stories we've heard about closed classrooms and laid off staff are a warning we cannot ignore. The support of the legislature is there. The public demand is there, and the need is undeniable. Let's honor this 60-year legacy with action. Let's invest in our children, our families, and our future. I'd now like to invite my colleague. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Schwank, Representative Labs, and Chairman Representative Cutler. Your powerful words and bipartisan presence here today send a resounding message that the well-being of Pennsylvania children is not a partisan issue, but a shared priority. On behalf of the entire Head Start community across the Commonwealth, we are profoundly grateful for your advocacy and for presenting this proclamation honoring 60 years of Head Start. You have laid the undeniable case. We will hear from Representative Fleming on the science, the economics, and the moral imperative for investing in our youngest learners. You've spoken of the 35,000 children served here in Head Start, the thousands that are employed by Head Start, and the communities that are strengthened. By now, it is critical that we hear from the people who live this reality every single day. The cries, the ones who translate the funding, the policies, and the proclamations into life-changing services in their communities. In a moment, you will hear from the leaders of our local Head Start programs. They are the ones who sign the paychecks, who assist in comforting children, who partner with parents, who develop sophisticated collaborations in their communities with businesses and other providers, and who are now facing impossible financial decisions. This will put a human face to the statistics that we've discussed here this morning. They will share stories of resilience, but also stories of profound anxiety and crisis in this moment. They are the stewards of Head Start's promise, and they are here to tell you what it really truly takes to keep that promise. Please join me in giving them your full attention as I welcome Holly Straight from Pathstone Corporation, Pam Johnson from the Jefferson Clarion Head Start, Jennifer Showers with Adams County Head Start, Stephanie Weaver from Huntington County Child and Adult Development Corporation, and Deirdre Bashir from Community Services for Children. I welcome Holly first to the podium.
Thank you, Kara. As Kara stated, my name is Holly Strait, and I'm the Senior Vice President for Pastone Corporation. I am also a proud board member of the Pennsylvania Head Start Association. I am proud to be part of an organization like Head Start. Head Start is dedicated to eliminating poverty and strengthening families and individuals. Pastone has been serving communities since 1969, and we have been a proud grantee of this timeless Head Start program for decades. Today we gather during a landmark year, the 60th anniversary. For 6 decades, Head Start has stood as a testament to our nation's belief that every child, regardless of their circumstances, deserve a fair and strong start in life. It is a program that has literally shaped millions of futures, proving that with comprehensive support, children and families can overcome the barriers of poverty. Our Head Start programs are the living embodiment of this mission. They provide vital educational, health, and nutritional services to our community's children and families who are furthest from accessing opportunity, all while supporting parents to foster whole family success. I think of a recent story that captures our work perfectly. A 4-year-old girl entered our program facing significant challenges. She was nonverbal, unable to wear shoes, and struggled to regulate her emotions or participate in classroom activities. Her father, a single parent and military veteran, was doing his best but was overwhelmed and didn't know how to navigate the system to get her help that she needed. This is where Head Start's comprehensive model springs into action. We partnered with her father to initiate a developmental evaluation. She qualified for services, and through a collaboration with the local intermediate unit, we provided an in-class aid. With consistent individualized support, this child made remarkable progress. She began to communicate, wear her shoes, sit for meals, and engage with peers. Her father was actively involved in every step of the way. He told us that without Head Start, he would never have known how to get his daughter the critical help she needed. This is why we are celebrating today. 6 decades of changing trajectories. But today, our celebration is muted. Our legacy is under threat. Because of the state budget impasse, the doors that opened for that little girl are now closed for many children and staff in our program. And with a looming federal budget, it may impact up to 300 children in our program. This isn't just a political issue, this is a crisis. We've heard from parents struggling to find care, worried for their children, or losing developmental ground. One mother told us her child had finally begun to thrive in our program, and this sudden closure has left them with no options. Our staff are extremely passionate about their work, and without employment, 8 teachers have already resigned. The longer we go without a budget, the more of our dedicated professionals will lose to their industries that can't offer the same profound purpose, but can offer a stable paycheck. And Pastone is one of many thousands of pre-K providers in Pennsylvania that are impacted. At a time when 83% of Pennsylvania voters agree on state funding for Head Start, this impasse is damaging a program with significant bipartisan support. On this 60th anniversary, we should be talking about how to help more children like the 4-year-old in our story, not how to save the program that saved her. We need a budget now at both the state and federal level that funds care and education for our youngest learners. Our children cannot wait. The early intervention window is brief and once in a lifetime. There are no do-overs. It is time to pass a budget that demonstrates our commitment to them and to the next 60 years of Head Start success. And I'd like to introduce you to my dear Head Start leader and friend, Pamela Johnson.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. As Holly noted, I am Pam Johnson, Executive Director of Jefferson Clarion Head Start. And for 37 years, I've had the profound privilege of serving thousands of families in Jefferson and Clarion counties through our Head Start program. As you have heard, we are here today to mark a monumental milestone, the 60th anniversary of a national promise. A promise that every child, regardless of their family's circumstances, deserves a fair start in life. For 6 decades, Head Start has been a beacon of hope. It was born from a simple yet revolutionary idea that investing in our most vulnerable children is the wisest investment a nation can make. Here in Jefferson and Clarion counties, we have built upon that promise. Our mission has always been to provide comprehensive education and health services, to prepare children for success, and to partner with families to build upon their strengths and promote self-sufficiency. We have been a stable, nurturing force for generations. The power of this program isn't an abstract concept. It has a name and a face. I want to share a story with you. A former student from our Knox Center from 1987 to 1989 recently wrote to us. He was the youngest of 4 and the only one in his family to attend Head Start. During his time here, his mother, escaping an abusive marriage, started as a volunteer, became a classroom aide, and eventually became our office manager. Head Start gave him the foundation to succeed in school, and more importantly, it instilled a confidence in his mother that changed the trajectory of their entire family. He writes, and I quote, "As the first male in my family who has earned both a bachelor's and master's degree, I know this would not have never been achieved without Head Start. Being the catalyst that pushed my mother and I to gain confidence and break the generational cycle of abuse and missed opportunities. Today, he is a husband and a father of 2, driving his own children to school and reminding them to be kind, try your hardest, and have fun." He credits Head Start for putting his family, siblings, nieces, nephews, and now a 3rd generation on a path of thriving. This is the undeniable truth that I have witnessed for 37 years. Head Start works. It doesn't just prepare children for kindergarten, it changes the future for entire families. But today, on what should be a day of pure celebration, my heart is heavy. Because right now, the chance for another child to have that transformative story is in jeopardy. As we speak, 323 children in our 2 counties are without services they depend on. Their classrooms are silent, their little chairs are empty. We have been forced to lay off over 50 dedicated, passionate staff members, the very people who are the lifeblood of this program. These are not just numbers, they are faces and names. They are children whose chance to break their own cycles have been put on hold. The Pennsylvania state budget stalemate has brought our state-funded programs to a standstill. In the dark cloud of the federal government shutdown looms, we are caught in a perfect storm of political inaction, and the damage will not be easily undone. We are already facing staffing shortages, and how can I ask those 50 laid-off workers to wait? They have their own families to feed. The very infrastructure of early childhood education in our rural communities is at risk of crumbling. Some of our 323 children may have found another preschool, but we know the reality for many, there is no other option. The opportunity gap is widening every day we are closed. So today, on our 60th anniversary, my message is this. We are not just celebrating a legacy, we are fighting for the future. We are fighting for the next child who could be the first in their family to go to college. We are fighting for the next parent who needs to find their confidence and their career. We call on our state and federal lawmakers to look past the political stalemates and see the faces of these children. See the potential that is being sidelined. See the families who are struggling. To our staff, your resilience is awe-inspiring. To your families, we see your anxiety and we share your frustration. We are fighting for you. And to our 323 children, we make you this promise. We will do everything in our power to reopen our doors, to welcome you back with open arms, and to give you the bright start you so richly deserve. Thank you for the opportunity to share our story. And next I invite, okay, Karen, come on up.
I welcome Representative Justin Fleming.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I apologize, it's a really busy day today, but it is wonderful to be here in a legislative capacity now, but In my former life, I worked for Pennsylvania Partnerships for Children for 4 years. I was a child advocate, and part of our advocacy was around the Pennsylvania Head Start Association and Early Head Start. And I am so proud of the work that we did in partnership with PHSA to make sure that kids have a bright future and have a chance to succeed in life. And that's what Head Start is all about. Along with Pre-K for Pennsylvania, Head Start serves 35,000 of our youngest learners, and we have data that says not only are they served now, the benefits that they get from Head Start carry on well into adulthood. 39% of Head Start kids are more likely to finish college. 10% of Head Start kids are going to school with advanced abilities and the ability to learn and the ability to process information. And so with what Early Head Start does, and Early Head Start helps so many parents, give them the flexibility to be able to work a schedule that enables them to feed their families and afford the goods and services that we need. Over 1,000 kids and children over 1,000 kids in foster care are served by Head Start. 2,500 children who experience homelessness, Head Start offers them a safe harbor and a consistent routine. And it employs 2,900 teachers, family and child care providers, and home visitors. And they maintain partnerships to serve children with disabilities. I cannot say enough about the incredible work that the Pennsylvania Head Start Association has done here for 60 years. And we just had a milestone, last year we had a milestone event with WIC, the Women, Infant, and Children's Program. And so, but I do want to say we need to be really mindful of the fact that these programs that have worked so well for 50 and 60 years, unfortunately, with the federal shutdown and with our own budget situation here in the Commonwealth, our impasse, they are in danger. They are in serious danger of not being funded. And so I urge, my legislative leaders, my colleagues in this building to work to pass a budget that works for everybody. I urge our federal officials, our congressmen and our senators in Washington to stop the federal budget shutdown, because kids need this help, families need this help. And so I implore all of us who are involved to do the right thing and make sure that we can support our kids, support our teachers, and work toward a better Commonwealth, which Pennsylvania Head Start Association has done for more than 60 years. So I thank Kara for her leadership. Again, I had the distinct pleasure to work with Kara for many years in partnership with PHSA. She does a fantastic job, as does the rest of the Head Start Association. So I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be here, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve and support this program in the capacity that I'm in now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Representative Fleming. And I have the honor now to introduce Jennifer Showers with the Adams County Head Start.
Good morning. As Kara noted, my name is Jennifer Showers, and I'm the Executive Director of Adams County Head Start. In 1996, I walked into a Head Start classroom as a bright-eyed intern, and I have never truly left. I served as a teacher for 13 years, as an education coordinator, and now for nearly a decade as the executive director. For almost 30 years, my professional home has been Head Start, and I've seen firsthand the transformative power. At Adams County Head Start, our mission is to provide an environment where children and families are safe, enriched, and empowered. We do this by building on strengths, stimulating creativity, and promoting self-sufficiency. When you walk into one of our classrooms, you will see the magic in action. You see children in the block area learning physics and cooperation. You see them in dramatic play, building social skills and empathy. They are playing, yes, but they are building the critical thinking and confidence that will serve them for a lifetime, guided by our dedicated teachers. But our work extends far beyond the classroom walls. We believe parents are a child's first and most important teacher, and we wrap entire families in support. This means providing not just education, but also health services, nutrition, and mental health support through our Second Step curriculum, conscious discipline, and our dedicated mental health consultant. I think of a father in our program, terminally ill, fighting for his life while raising his young daughter. Head Start was his anchor. We were able to transfer and secure medical assistance for his family from another state. We helped him connect with medical and dental services and access food benefits for his family. His daughter received the stability and early learning she desperately needed, while he received the support to navigate an unimaginably difficult time. That is the comprehensive, life-changing support that Head Start provides. Last year alone, we served 39 children with special needs. We ensured 100% of our children had a medical home and were up to date on health and dental exams. Our children made remarkable developmental gains. This is the success story we are celebrating on this 60th anniversary, which is why I stand here today with a mix of profound gratitude and deep concern. We are currently fortunate in Adams County that all 10 of our Head Start classrooms serving 130 children remain open due to the timing of our federal grant cycle. However, the federal shutdown is a storm cloud on our horizon. We have no reserves or a line of credit. If federal funds are cut off, we would face the heartbreaking decision to pause services. Our story is also a cautionary tale about the state budget. Our pre-K counts classroom with 17 children did have to delay its start. We are only open today because of the extraordinary act of partnership with the Upper Adams School District. The school district, believing so deeply in these children and in the program, unanimously voted to fund our program from their own reserves. They are our heroes, but they cannot be the long-term solution for a state responsibility. While we have been stable in our staffing, we feel the pressures of our field every day. We compete for qualified staff who can earn more with fewer qualifications than other sectors. The uncertainty created by these budget crises makes it even harder to attract and retain the passionate educators who are the part of our programs. We cannot continue to rely on the heroic efforts of our school districts to do the state's job. We cannot ask children to wait while politics plays out. The 147 children in Adams County who depend on us and the thousands of kids across Pennsylvania need a stable, passed budget now. They are counting on us to ensure that the next 60 years are as bright as the last. Thank you. Next, I will turn things over to Stephanie Weaver.
Good morning, everyone. As Jennifer stated, my name is Stephanie Weaver, and I serve as the Executive Director of Huntington County Child and Adult Development Corporation. HCCADC, as it's known, has been a partner within our communities since 1973. I personally became part of the Head Start world just 4 years ago, following a career in social services and other programs, and it includes serving as an ordained minister in the Presbyterian Church USA. When I was given this opportunity to learn more about the work of Head Start and to see the family-centric role it plays within our communities, I became excited to be one of its champions. Watching how lives are changed when people are valued and cared for as neighbors, for whom we all share responsibility, is something that we all must embrace. Head Start is exactly that. It is a head start, connecting families with the resources they need and watching their self-esteem and self-sufficiency blossom is truly a humbling experience. Our work begins even before a child is born, as we connect expectant moms with community resources. At home, visitors enter families' homes and they coach parents on things such as how to turn play into an educational opportunity, an opportunity to enhance child growth and well-being. We partner with each family. We help them to set goals, which might include things such as finding a better paying job, managing their finances, or finding stable housing. We don't just educate children, we strengthen the entire family foundation. And this foundation, right now, is unstable. It is weakened by the weight of a state budget that has not been passed. We have not received state funding since July 1st. And because of this, we were forced to close classrooms, which serve 64 pre-K children and 32 Head Start eligible children. We were forced to lay off 6 teachers who had families. We also had to lay off a family service worker. Other staff saw their hours reduced. What was typically an exciting mid-August when everybody returns to school and the staff are all gathered around, instead became a time with classrooms that were silent and faces missing around the table. As the weeks go on, we helped to connect our staff with community resources that would give them food and provide them with other aids. We heard from families who were faced with immense child care barriers because their children were not in our classrooms. Today, I stand before you with a mix of immense relief as well as with profound urgency. The relief comes from our temporary lifeline. On October 24th, we received a bridge loan from the state. Because of this loan, we have called staff back, and I'm thrilled to announce that those classrooms, they will resume on November 10th. I am hopeful, but I'm also concerned. My angst for the program remains because this loan is not a solution. This loan is a debt, and not only a debt, but one we must pay interest on. If this impasse continues in December, we will once again be faced with decisions that will be hard because another quarter will have passed without state funding. We will once again have to tell staff that there is no job to come back to right at the holiday season, right when the expenses of winter hit. Will another member of my staff tell me that they had to sell plasma in order to put a meal on their table? Will we once again have to close the doors to our classrooms, leaving children and families cold? The damage is already done. We have families who have now pulled away from the program as we learned they had to find alternate opportunities for childcare. We are missing the opportunity to once again serve eligible families. Our story is a lesson, and it's a clear lesson. It is a lesson that when funding flows, we can immediately reactivate our mission within our community. We employ over 60 staff, with nearly 15% of them having served for over 20 years. They, and more than 200 children who are in our care, deserve stability and not constant uncertainty. We are grateful for this opportunity that provided us with this temporary reprieve, but this is not a victory. So I stand with you, with my colleagues this morning in a unified plea to our lawmakers: pass a final budget. That our reopening on November 10th marked the end of a crisis, not just a short-lived reprieve. I thank you for this opportunity to share our story. Our children and our families, they are counting on you. Please pass the budget. I invite Deidre Brashear, Chief Executive Officer of Community Services, to share her story about her program. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you everyone for joining us today. As Stephanie stated, my name is Deidre Brashear, and for 28 of my 34 years in early education, my professional home has been with Head Start. and I am currently the CEO of Community Services for Children. I've listened closely to all of my colleagues today. Pam spoke of the 323 empty chairs in Jefferson and Clarion counties. Holly described the 12 silent classrooms at Pastone. I have heard the fear and angst in their voice, and I share it deeply right along with them. And I have stories also that define why we are here and why we fight. I want to tell you about a mom in our program, and not unlike the families that my colleagues have today described, she had 3 children under the age of 5. She found the courage to leave an abusive relationship, but in doing so, she lost her home and had to move into a local shelter. At a time when her world was in upheaval, Head Start provided a lifeline. We adjusted our bus routes to pick her children up directly at the shelter. And during a period of terrifying uncertainty, those children experienced consistency, safety, and the care of the same educators that they had grown to love over the year. Critically, it meant that their mother could keep her job. Because her children were safe, she could work to rebuild their lives. This is the stabilizing force that Head Start is. It is the same force that Jennifer and Adams County celebrated, and the same legacy honored by the proclamation from Representative Cutler. But today, that force is struggling to remain intact. Our organization serves more than 1,300 children. To keep our state-funded classrooms open, we have had to drain more than $2.5 million from our reserves. At the end of this month, we will be forced to take a bridge loan from the state just to keep our doors open. This loan comes with a 4.5% interest rate, which will cost our nonprofit $10,000 per month. Money that should be going directly to children and families and staff being served by our classrooms. And as you've already heard, the crisis is compounding. The federal shutdown has created a perfect or imperfect storm. When both state and federal funds are halted, it creates an impossible situation that will break the system. To date, we have all stretched every dollar. We have used every resource. And we have done this because we believe in children. But as the final Head Start program to speak today, my message is this. The stories you've heard today are not isolated issues. They are systems and stories of a system on the brink of collapse. We will keep doing our part as long as we possibly can. But our state and federal lawmakers must end this now. They must do their part. Pass a state budget, end the federal shutdown. The thousands of children and families across this state are waiting, and their future cannot be left on hold any longer. Thank you, and I will now turn it back over to Kara.
I thank Holly, Pam, Jennifer, Stephanie, and Deirdre. Your powerful testimonies have put faces and names to the numbers. You have shown us the staggering financial calculations, described heartbreaking phone calls to staff, and brought to light the profound anxiety of this situation that is triggered for parents within your communities. To our legislative champions here today, we thank you for your partnership, and we urge you to carry these stories back to your colleagues. The picture is now undeniably clear. Pennsylvania's early learning sector, already crippled by near poverty level wages, is now facing an impossible choice due to the budget delay. Take on high interest debt to pay the teachers, or close classrooms and risk losing their staff forever. Every single day we continue without a budget, we actively jeopardize our children's education, because children are being denied critical, once-in-a-lifetime early learning opportunities that set the foundation for their future success. Additionally, working families, stability, because when early learning classrooms close, it cripples a family's ability to go to work and earn a living. We have seen parents leave their jobs. And our overall economic success, because when working parents struggle with care decisions, employers experience widespread workforce disruptions that hurt their bottom line and our state's economic vitality. The future of Pennsylvania's pre-K system is on the line. We have celebrated 60 years of Head Start's legacy. Now we must fight for the future. We call for an immediate resolution to the budget impasse, and as part of the 2025-2026 final state budget, Pennsylvania policymakers should include $17 million in additional funding for pre-K counts, $9.5 million in additional funding for Head Start Supplemental Assistance Program, and $55 million for child care teacher recruitment and retention funding. Our children, our families, our communities, our providers, and our economy cannot wait any longer. Thank you for all being here today, and I welcome any questions.